It's March Madness. And tonight I'll be breaking down the brackets. I'll be giving you all the hot stuff. And if it goes by anything in my history, whatever I say, pick the opposite. You just might win. Anyway, NCAA brackets tonight. You heard the president's. Now you get to hear mine. Right here on the air. I'm Mike Allen, and this is Armed Radio. Victims of Terrorism Foundation Incorporated in New York, New York, is working at debunking 9/11 conspiracy theories through book sales and a free channel on YouTube. It is the goal of the Victims of Terror organization to place stores at locations of terror attacks to assist in charities and raising money for their causes concerning those that were left behind. Visit www.votf.com to find out more information or to bring your charity together with others. We will never forget that day. Let us not forget those who are affected the most.
Route 106 Motors is the home of fine pre-owned vehicles. Experience a no-pressure sale with a family-friendly atmosphere. Route 106 Motors has been practicing the same simple philosophy of low prices for over a decade, and it has brought us great success. Recently, while other dealers are closing their doors, Route 106 Motors is expanding. We are a wholesale dealer, and we own the property and pay cash for all the vehicles. This allows us to sell to the consumer for a lot less than the average dealership. We are a high-volume, small-profit dealer, and we pass the savings on to you. New changes have been made at Route 106 Motors. Stop by and check out our brand new building. Route 106 Motors, located at 569 West Street. Check our website at route106motors.com and be sure to like us on Facebook to find out about all the latest deals and savings opportunities. route106motors.com.
In the morning, you have bacon, you have eggs, pancakes, and that nice big tall cup of coffee. But now, every Monday morning, you can start your week out right with On the Air, Monday Morning Brew, starring yours truly, Mike Allen. Hey, that's me. Wake up in the morning, get a nice cup of coffee, kick back before you start your week, and let me send you on your way. Monday's getting a bad rap. Let's turn that around. On the Air with Mike Allen, Monday Morning Brew, every Monday morning, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time, right here on Armed Radio.
So rise and shine.
The attacks of 9/11 have continued to shake our nation. As more and more information becomes available on the internet, it may be difficult to decipher what is fact and what is wild speculation. Author and investigator K.T. Penn has taken on the task of confronting the conspiracies head-on. In his book, Lifting Up the Cushions, Exposing Loose Change, he step-by-step walks the reader down the conspiracy path, debunking the findings of the controversial film Loose Change. Visit his website, exposingloosechange.com, and get more information about what really happened that fateful day.
Do you think laughter is for sissies? Or do you hate Santa Claus? Do you know that somebody does? If you answer yes to either of these two questions, then see a therapist. And visit this website right now at twerksfunnyt-shirts.com. The T in t-shirt is spelled T-E-E. Warning. These funny t-shirts and posters make great gifts and may cause internal bleeding, night terrors, blurred vision, and hemorrhoids. Please visit the website right now at twerksfunnyt-shirts.com, where you'll find some of the funniest t-shirts and posters on the web.
Glastic Water Bottle, a shatterproof glass water bottle. It's great for any liquid because everything tastes best in glass. A leak-proof lid you can close and toss on the couch without worry. Chances are it won't ever break, but if it does, no worries. The glass is safely contained inside a protective outer shell, so you won't have a dangerous mess to clean up. You can safely remove the broken glass and get replacements. Go to GlasticWaterBottle.com to get your very own Glastic bottle today. That's GlasticWaterBottle.com. GLASSTIC waterbottle.com. What are you waiting for?
Come join me, Matt Hazley, your host for Straight Talk, where we will take a journey into the deepest regions of your mind. Yeah, right. No, I'm just kidding. Join me every Monday and Friday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, where every topic is fair game. Only on Arm Radio, home of the big guns.
All right, welcome back on the air. I'm Mike Allen, and today is the day before the 2014 NCAA men's basketball tournament. And I tell you, every year, I don't watch a whole lot of college basketball. If it's on, I might throw it in the background in the man cave. But, I mean, right now I've got San Antonio and Los Angeles Lakers playing behind me, but I really don't watch it till March. And I don't think anybody does. Nobody really cares about the basketball unless you go to that school or you got one school that you follow. It's not like the NFL where every weekend you have a cookout and stuff like that. It doesn't really get important until now. So I've got my bracket in front of me. I also have in front of me President Obama's bracket. And we're gonna compare here. I don't know. I think he might be a little off. He's got Michigan State taking it all, but we're going to go down line by line, day by day, and I'm going to fill out the bracket as we go. For the first segment, we're going to cover the South bracket, and we might have a guest caller calling in here soon, so we're just going to kind of keep the lines open for him. He's going to help me break this down. Again, not a huge basketball fan, but I'm a big March Madness fan, big time. Big time. I don't know what it is about this time of year, but... oh, jeez, hold on. I don't know what it is about this time of year, but, you break it down, you take a look at it. Everybody puts money on it. Well, I haven't got any money on it. All right. And here we go. Please welcome on the Glass Tex Water Bottle Celebrity Hotline, host of Straight Talk with Matt Hazley. Matt Hazley. How you doing, sir?
Hi, Mike.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
All right, let me turn you up a little bit here so everybody else can hear you.
Well, I don't think they need to hear that.
You don't need to hear that?
They hear me enough, don't they?
Yeah, that might be true. That might be true.
I'm going to bring my bracket up since you're talking about it.
Yeah, I got my bracket out in front of me here. I also got President Obama's bracket. He's got Michigan State winning it all. And, I went ahead. The first thing I did is I, too, picked Michigan State to go all the way through and win it all. I mean, I hate to say it because I'm a Michigan fan, but Michigan State's just too good. They're just too good. And I think they're going to make it all the way through.
I can't remember who I picked. I know it wasn't Michigan State, but let's see here. I got to put in my bracket.
But we're starting in the South bracket first. We're going to take a look at the South bracket.
Yeah, I did the one online for the $1 billion bracket. Who knows? I should have my boy pick him. My 8-year-old, he probably do better than I can.
I hear
he just throw darts or whatever.
Yeah, probably get better picks in.
Yeah, he'd probably last longer than I will.
Ah.
There we are. Go to my bracket. There we go. Okay, you're on the Iowa-Tennessee game that's going on right now, and that. All right, South. Never mind, South. We're there. I got it.
Well, South, and first we got to pick the number 16 seed, and they're playing tonight, actually, and tomorrow night. Albany, Mount St. Mary's is playing. NC State and Xavier's playing. I don't know who won those games.
Well,
let's go to the.
Really, those don't matter if those are that extra bracket because either one of those could be picked, right?
Well, yeah, but some of them have already been played, so I'm going to go in here and
I was playing Tennessee right now, and they're ahead by 4 or 5 right now.
Oh, are they playing right now?
Yeah, I was on right now. They're on,
What channel?
TV.
Huh?
They're on True TV.
True TV.
I don't know what. Yeah, True TV. It used to be the Court TV or whatever it was. They became True TV now.
Let's see if I can find it. I don't have my cable box in here, so I don't think I have it in here. No, I don't have it in here.
Well, I have it at my cable box. It's like one that's like 45 here, and then I went through the channels. Every time I went through, it must have been on a commercial, and I was going through the channels and just hit it by luck. But yeah, I hate it when you don't have a cable box because you don't have a guide.
Yeah, well, I don't. I don't have a cable box in the man cave. My cable box is outside. So, let me get to the attorney home here. Let me bring up the bracket because I'm sure they have it. I'm sure they have it updated.
Yeah, in that bracket there, I got. It's Iowa will play. Iowa Tennessee plays the winner. UMass plays the winner of them.
That's yesterday. Albany beat Mount St. Mary's. So Albany, number 16 seed Albany, will be playing number 1 seed Florida. And we'll go ahead and give that to Florida.
I think that's Florida.
Let's see, Colorado and Pitt.
I picked Florida going all the way up until the Sweet 16. Or actually, Elite 8. I'm sorry, the Elite 8.
The Elite 8? Well, let's just go down game by game here. So we're in the South bracket. For all of you listening at home, if you'd like to bring up your brackets, we're in the South bracket. Of course, never in the history of the NCAA tournament has the first round 16 seed ever defeated the first seed. Ever. This year, I think it's going to be different, but we'll get to that later. Albany ain't it. They're not going to beat Florida.
No, I don't think they're going to beat Florida.
Colorado and Pitt's going to be evenly matched. They're both at 8 and 9. Seeded 8 and 9. That's going to be a tough one there. Jeez.
My pick was Pittsburgh.
Yeah, Pittsburgh. I'm going to pick Colorado just because you picked Pittsburgh.
Yeah, thanks.
And then the next one is VCU and Stephen F. Austin. Stephen F. Austin is actually pretty good.
I picked VCU.
They got a 31-2 record, and they blew through their conference. And they've got some very talented players. You pick I'm going to pick Stephen F. Austin. I think they're gonna. I think that's going to be our first upset. I think Stephen F. Austin's gonna. They're going to win a couple. They might win a couple. I don't know. They'll win this one.
The Stone Cold Steve Austin, pick or whatever.
Yeah, UCLA is probably going to take care of Tulsa pretty good. So UCLA.
Yeah, I got UCLA in there, and then
Oklahoma State and Dayton.
You got Ohio State.
Ohio State. I'm sorry, Ohio State and Dayton.
I picked Ohio State.
Ohio State. I hate to pick Ohio State, but I have to. Syracuse and Western Michigan. Syracuse was ranked in the top 10 this year and actually had a pretty good run. They're seeded number 3 over Western Michigan, who comes in out of the Mountain West with a 23-9 record, which they're not bad. But I don't think they're going to upset.
That was my upset pick. That was my dark horse right there.
That was your dark horse? Well, then I got to pick Syracuse, see?
Yep.
Next one is New Mexico and Stanford. That's another close one. That's another close one to me, though. That really is. That's a close one to me. You think?
I picked Stanford.
You picked Stanford? Well, I got to pick New Mexico then.
There you go.
And then Kansas and Eastern Kentucky.
Oh, I got Kansas.
Yeah. That's falls under no-brainer. Okay, so obviously we've got some different picks here. Moving into the that's what the 36 to 18.
Just go straight down and go to the east.
Oh no, we still gotta fill out the South here. We do one at a time here on the air. Hey, you gotta throw all your cards on the table at this show. You know what I'm saying? You don't pretty pat around. You don't move around, and you stay with one bracket all the way to completion. That's
all right. Well, I got Florida and Pittsburgh going to the next. And I picked Florida.
Well, I have Florida and UCLA. And then...
Illinois, I was talking about the Florida, Pittsburgh, and then the winner advances to meet, because VCU has to play UCLA. You picked Stephen F. Austin to meet UCLA.
Yeah, and so the next over I got Florida and UCLA, and then I picked Ohio State and Syracuse. Ohio State.
If you're talking about the Elite Eight, I got Florida, UCLA, Ohio State, and Kansas making it to the 8 or 16.
I got Florida, UCLA, Syracuse, and Kansas.
Yeah, you got Syracuse in there.
And out of that, I got UCLA and Kansas.
And I have Florida and Kansas at the Elite Eight. And then I got Kansas going to the Final Four.
Yeah, Kansas is doing real good. So out of that, I don't see an upset. The only upset that I see is the Virginia, the VCU, Stephen F. Austin. They'll make it to UCLA. UCLA's tough, man. They're tough. They might even give Florida. They're going to give Florida a run, I think.
I was up by 2, 57-55, with 3:42 left to go in the game.
I got 57.
Now they're up by 1.
57-54 on the bracket thing. They're not doing this live. North Carolina State beat Xavier 74-59. Cal Poly 81 over Texas Southern 69. And for those of you history buffs out there, Texas Southern was the first all-black starting 5 college basketball team ever to win the national championship, and that was back in the 60s. I don't know if you knew that or not. I was
down by 2, 59-57.
Oh, man.
The guy made a big 3.
See, I need to get the man cave updated, because this is BS.
Oh, tied up. Iowa just took it right back down court, scored it, got fouled. He's going to shoot, Marvel's going to shoot a foul shot here to try to take the lead.
So Iowa's going to make it out of the first round?
I tell you what, their problem is the last 6 games, they just have disintegrated in the second half. They actually had like a 13-point lead in this game at one time, and they just cannot put 2 halves together. It's just been their...
Can't finish it out.
Yeah, now they got the lead. They're back 1-point lead, but yeah, they've just done this. I mean, there's teams, they lost to Illinois when they shouldn't have. They lost, they could have won some other games. I don't know how they made it in the NCAAs. We were real shocked when they got picked. I was surprised.
Because that's right, you're from Iowa, huh?
Yeah.
Duh. It says right there on my phone. By the way, guys, I updated to a Samsung Note 3. Absolutely the most phenomenal phone I've ever owned. Ever. This thing is awesome.
I'm an iPhone man, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
It's all tied up again, 60-60.
My goodness. So Iowa and Tennessee are battling it out. Tennessee's from the Big East, right?
I would think so, yeah.
I think Tennessee's the Big East.
SEC. Oh, that's SEC.
SEC. And Iowa's Big Ten. You got to pull for Iowa, man. They're Big Ten.
Oh, yeah.
If Michigan's not playing, I'm pulling for Iowa. That's how I roll.
Yeah, there's quite a few Big Ten teams in, which is good. Iowa's got a 1-point lead. He just took it back 62-61, but it's going just down to could have been a nail biter to the end here.
Well, while we were talking on my Samsung Note 3, I downloaded The Score. I don't know if anybody has ever heard of The Score, but if you want the best app for real-time scores, The Score is it. I mean, it breaks it down. It's free. It's a free app. You can get on either iPhone or your Samsung if you're still an Apple guy.
Fran McCaffrey about ready to go ballistic. The guy falls down with the ball, lands on his back, rolls over, and they don't call traveling. They give him a timeout.
Oh, no.
And McCaffrey's about ready to blow a gasket again. Yeah, he got thrown out of the one game. I mean, he gets a little heated, as you would call it.
It's a little
It's kind
testy.
of like when I had the 9/11 guys on. They got a little heated.
I tell you, that was a great show, dude.
Oh yeah,
I still got people talking about that.
Well, there's still a lot of questions unanswered about that. That really makes you think. You know.
Well, he's got some more debunkers that he'd like to get on to debate, and I say you run with that dog, man. And let me know if you need me to use like a warm-up show. I'll be more than glad to be a warm-up show like I did with KT. I mean, that's a heck of a job, dude.
Oh yeah, well we still talk back and forth, and they got some more stuff coming. And I tell you what, this new this Malaysian airliner. There's a lot of stuff going on about that.
Did you see that picture I shared?
Saw that today?
Did you see that picture I shared? On Facebook?
Gilligan's Island?
No. It had a picture of a stealth bomber. It says, I'm the stealthiest plane in the world. And then it shows a picture of a Malaysian 757. It says, bitch, please.
Yeah. Somebody posted a picture on Facebook. It said, I found it. And they got a picture of Gilligan's Island on the island there.
Yeah, people are... Hey, we're some ruthless son of guns, ain't we? I mean, that is a tragedy. That is 186 people are possibly dead. And
actually, more than that, 220 or 239, I think they said. Total.
239 on the plane?
Correct, counting all the staff and everything. So there's 239 people on that flight. There's 200 so many passengers. But the one I heard today, and this is the one, and I'm going to talk more about it. I'm going to hear some more about it tomorrow on my show. But supposedly there are 20 people that are on that flight that are pretty well. You know, they work for this company that does radar technology.
Yeah, they work for Freescale. You know where Freescale's based out of, don't you? Austin, Texas.
Really?
Yep.
What I gather is they're talking that these guys, they were, talking about the patent and everything, how the patent breaks down. But these guys were going to Beijing to work on some of their projects. And, I mean, that would be a major hit to have 20 people that are on your design team come up missing. So there's a lot of conspiracy theory that they were kidnapped. So I don't know. I mean, the thing that gets me, and we talked about it, is how you have a plane, from after 9/11, how any plane can have a transponder shut off. They shouldn't be able to. You should be able to track that. There should be something, that marks that plane for wherever it goes. It just doesn't make any sense to me. We went through this once before. Yeah. I was down by 25.5 seconds left to go, and they just followed the guy.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. I want to play some commercials. This is On the Air. I'm Mike Allen. Joining me tonight to break down the 2014 NCAA bracket. So make sure you're filling yours out as we go through it. You can argue with us if you want. Tweet me at Mike Allen Sports. Hashtag that bad boy. Armed Radio. And I'll read you live on the air. Other than that, hit me up on Facebook. Send me a message. And let me know what your thoughts are. And if you want to call in, I actually don't have that number set up yet. Little behind. So tweet me. Hey, use that Twitter thing, man. Everybody's using it. At Mike Allen Sports. Hashtag Armed Radio. I'm Mike Allen. This is On the Air, and you're listening to Armed Radio. We'll be back after these messages. Victims of Terrorism Foundation Incorporated in New York, New York is working at debunking 9/11 conspiracy theories through book sales and a free channel on YouTube. It is the goal of the Victims of Terror organization to place stores at locations of terror attacks to assist in charities in raising money for their causes concerning those that were left behind. Visit www.votf.com to find out more information or to bring your charity together with others. We will never forget that day. Let us not forget those who are affected the most.
Route 106 Motors is the home of fine pre-owned vehicles. Experience a no-pressure sale with a family-friendly atmosphere. Route 106 Motors has been practicing the same simple philosophy of low prices for over a decade, and it has brought us great success. Recently, while other dealers are closing their doors, Route 106 Motors is expanding. We are a wholesale dealer, and we own the property and pay cash for all the vehicles. This allows us to sell to the consumer for a lot less than the average dealership. We are a high-volume, small-profit dealer, and we pass the savings on to you. New changes have been made at Route 106 Motors. Stop by and check out our brand new building. Route 106 Motors, located at 569 West Street. Check our website at route106motors.com and be sure to like us on Facebook to find out about all the latest deals and savings opportunities. route106motors.com.
The attacks of 9/11 have continued to shake our nation. As more and more information becomes available on the internet, it may be difficult to decipher what is fact and what is wild speculation. Author and investigator K.T. Penn has taken on the task of confronting the conspiracies head-on. In his book, Lifting Up the Cushions, Exposing Loose Change, he step-by-step walks the reader down the conspiracy path, debunking the findings of the controversial film Loose Change. Visit his website, exposingloosenchange.com, and get more information about what really happened that fateful day.
Do you think laughter is for sissies? Or do you hate Santa Claus? Do you know that somebody does? If you answer yes to either of these two questions, then see a therapist. And visit this website right now at twerksfunnyt-shirts.com. The T in t-shirt is spelled T-E-E. Warning. These funny t-shirts and posters make great gifts and may cause internal bleeding, night terrors, blurred vision, and hemorrhoids. Please visit the website right now at twerksfunnyt-shirts.com, where you'll find some of the funniest t-shirts and posters on the web.
Glastic water bottle, a shatterproof glass water bottle. It's great for any liquid because everything tastes best in glass. A leak-proof lid you can close and toss on the couch without worry. Chances are it won't ever break, but if it does, no worries. The glass is safely contained inside a protective outer shell, so you won't have a dangerous mess to clean up. You can safely remove the broken glass and get replacements. Go to GlasticWaterBottle.com to get your very own Glastic bottle today. That's GlasticWaterBottle.com. GLASSTIC waterbottle.com. What are you waiting for?
In the morning, you have bacon, you have eggs, pancakes, and that nice big tall cup of coffee. But now, every Monday morning, you can start your week out right with On the Air, Monday Morning Brew, starring yours truly, Mike Allen. Hey, that's me. Wake up in the morning, get a nice cup of coffee, kick back before you start your week, and let me send you on your way. Monday's getting a bad rap. Let's turn that around. On the Air with Mike Allen, Monday Morning Brew, every Monday morning, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time, right here on Armed Radio.
So rise and shine.
Come join me, Matt Hazley, your host for Straight Talk, where we will take a journey into the deepest regions of your mind Yeah, right. No, I'm just kidding. Join me every Monday and Friday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, where every topic is fair game. Only on ARM Radio, home of the big guns.
We are back, breaking it down, man. I forgot to, Matt. I forgot to include the president. I got the president's bracket up here. Let's see how we've matched out with the president here. See, president's got Florida, Pittsburgh, VCU, UCLA, Ohio State, Syracuse, New Mexico, and Kansas. And then
the final,
then in the Sweet
16.
Sweet 16, he's got Florida, UCLA, which I got, Ohio State, and Kansas. So
He's got mine.
He's got yours, and then he's got Florida and Kansas, and then Florida. I've got Kansas.
Yep, I'm opposite. I got Kansas too. So.
Let's head on down to the East. Stay on the left side of the bracket, folks. Since we've already figured out who is going to be on the very first Virginia, the seeded number 1, they're going to be playing Coastal. What the hell is this? Coastal somebody. Coastal Carolina. I have no idea who that is.
So which one do you want?
The East.
Okay.
Virginia and Coastal Carolina. I'm just going to go ahead and give that one to Virginia since I've never even heard of the other school.
Somehow I got a feeling they're on the coast.
Yeah, of Carolina.
It's just a guess.
Memphis and George Washington. I'm Memphis.
That's what I did. I did Memphis too.
See, Cincinnati and Harvard.
Harvard guys are too smart. I picked Cincinnati.
President picks Harvard. I'm going to pick Cincy.
Yeah, I picked Cincy also. So.
Now, Michigan State, I picked Michigan State over Delaware. UNC and Providence. UNC.
I got North Carolina.
Yeah, it's hard to pick against the Tar Heels, man. Their power. Iowa State and North Carolina Central.
I got Iowa State.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and Iowa State too. See,
my niece is actually a cheerleader for Iowa State.
Really? So she's like 4'1" and weighs 90 pounds, 80 pounds.
She's the one they flip up in the air and everything.
Yeah, so she's like 4'1" and weighs 80 pounds.
Oh, she's a little taller than that.
A little taller. Well, when I was a police officer, I used to do overtime with the University of Texas football teams.
Oh yeah, I've been up to the campus.
Yeah, well, I used to do overtime with the football games, so we'd be on the sidelines with the cheerleaders, and they're very small. They're not very big. Not very big people.
I got one guy that I give golf lessons to. He was an Iowa State male cheerleader, and I call him a pervert because all he did was that's how he did it to meet girls. And you know what's funny is? He's an Iowa Hawkeye fanatic. He used to and he went to Iowa State because it's an engineering school. Very good engineering school. Iowa's a good law school,
Yeah.
Or business school. So he went to Iowa State for engineering. And he wore his Iowa stuff under his Iowa State stuff.
Oh, jeez.
I'm just like, really? And he goes, yes. But he became a cheerleader, and the guy's a pretty strong guy. He became an Iowa State cheerleader because he got to hold the girls and lift them up and
yeah, and get an upskirt shot there. Hey, you can't fault the guy.
Oh yeah. I call him horn dog. That's what I call him up. We'd be in the middle of a golf lesson, and we'd be playing. I do playing lessons toward the end of my group lessons, and all of a sudden he goes, is she good looking? And I'm like, who are you talking about? Her. And I'm like, where? And like 2 fairways over, he sees some girl.
Oh, yeah, he's a dog. Yeah, he's a dog. He's a dog.
He would snap it over, way over into the other fairway just so he could go over and see her.
That is awesome, dude.
His name's Eric. I'm not lying. He is hilarious.
That is
I've never
awesome.
seen like
he's bird dogging on a golf course. What the hell?
it's like, oh my God.
All right.
He's just
Connecticut and St. Joe's.
by 5, 2:27 left to go. Doesn't look good. Tennessee's got the ball.
Tennessee's got the ball, so they're gonna. So where do they go in the bracket? Though I don't see.
They're doubled. They're over in the Midwest.
On the Midwest. Oh, there it is. Iowa, Tennessee. Going to play UMass. The winner will play UMass in the first round.
Yeah,
okay, I got that.
It doesn't matter. They win this one. Whoever they're done.
You know, that's usually Cal Poly. Texas Southern and Cal Poly are playing too. Let's see who won that one.
Oh, come on.
I think Cal Poly won that one, 81-69. So Cal Poly is will be in that bracket. All right, Connecticut and St. Joe's.
Let's see here. I have St. Joe's.
Really?
Yep.
That's your upset, huh?
Yeah, there's my upset pick.
No, it really doesn't matter in this bracket because Michigan State's going to win out. But I picked Connecticut, and then Villanova and Milwaukee.
Oh, Villanova.
Yeah, Villanova. Okay, and then the Elite Eight. I've got. I kind of like Memphis. Memphis over Virginia. I kind of like them. I like them.
I got Virginia going.
I think Virginia's. I think they're paper number 1. I'm gonna pick Memphis.
No, I was done. They just got good.
I mean, it doesn't matter really who wins because they're gonna lose to Michigan State. So, but I think Memphis. That's gonna be an upset special there.
Yeah, I got Michigan State going on to beat Cincy.
Well, I got Michigan State all the way through, so we're gonna just
Well, I got Michigan State going to the beat Virginia.
And I got UNC over Iowa State. Sorry.
I'm sorry, I got Iowa State winning that.
Yeah, and then
I got
Villanova. Did you pick Villanova?
Yeah, I got Villanova beating St. Joe's.
Yeah, I got Villanova. Well, I got Villanova beating Connecticut.
And then I got Villanova beating Iowa State to go to the Elite Eight. And then I got Michigan.
Yeah, I think I'm going to go with you. I think I'm going to go with Villanova. I think I'm going to ride the Villanova bus.
I got Villanova going all the way to the Final Four.
No, I got Villanova to Michigan State in the Elite Eight, and then Michigan State's going to win out, go to the Final Four. So that's the South and the East. Now let's see how we match up to the El Presidente. Well, he's got Virginia going all the way up to Michigan State, where I picked Memphis on an upset. It's got UNC going all the way up to Villanova. It looks like we match up pretty good there. Maybe.
I think he peaked on my bracket.
I think he did. You know, I think I think he looked at my bracket before he went on to ESPN. I really do.
Well, they got that NSA stuff. You never know. He might have got a little briefing. You know.
Well, you know, in between watching me have private time with myself every day for a couple hours. You know, he gets it. Oh, where I play tanks. What are you thinking? What are you thinking? I play online poker. That's what I do. It's my private time. I don't shake hands with myself. What are you talking about?
Are we on the West bracket now?
We're going to move on to the West, but first, we're going to take a little break here. I went late the last one. I think I'll start early this one. We'll have more time to cover down the West. I'm Mike Allen. Tweet me. Tweet us. Me and Matt are breaking down the 2014 NCAA bracket. If March Madness is what you're up against, if you like March Madness, if you're listening to the show right now, tweet me. Give me your picks. Let me know what they are. At Mike Allen Sports. Hashtag it. Armed Radio, so I can look at my tweet deck that I have installed over here on my Chrome. You're listening to me live right now, to us live right now on Live365.com. Also, MyGen365.com, Athena365.com, and Spreaker.com. That's a lot of platforms. I'm Mike Allen. You're on the air, and this is Armed Radio. We'll be back after these messages. Victims of Terrorism Foundation Incorporated in New York, New York, is working at debunking 9/11 conspiracy theories through book sales and a free channel on YouTube. It is the goal of the Victims of Terror organization to place stores at locations of terror attacks to assist in charities in raising money for their causes concerning those that were left behind. Visit www.votf.com to find out more information or to bring your charity together with others. We will never forget that day. Let us not forget those who are affected the most.
Route 106 Motors is the home of fine pre-owned vehicles. Experience a no-pressure sale with a family-friendly atmosphere. Route 106 Motors has been practicing the same simple philosophy of low prices for over a decade, and it has brought us great success. Recently, while other dealers are closing their doors, Route 106 Motors is expanding. We are a wholesale dealer, and we own the property and pay cash for all the vehicles. This allows us to sell to the consumer for a lot less than the average dealership. We are a high-volume, small-profit dealer, and we pass the savings on to you. New changes have been made at Route 106 Motors. Stop by and check out our brand new building. Route 106 Motors, located at 569 West Street. Check our website at route106motors.com and be sure to like us on Facebook to find out about all the latest deals and savings opportunities. route106motors.com.
The attacks of 9/11 have continued to shake our nation. As more and more information becomes available on the internet, it may be difficult to decipher what is fact and what is wild speculation. Author and investigator K.T. Penn has taken on the task of confronting the conspiracies head-on. In his book, Lifting Up the Cushions, Exposing Loose Change, he step-by-step walks the reader down the conspiracy path, debunking the findings of the controversial film Loose Change. Visit his website, exposingloosenchange.com, and get more information about what really happened that fateful day.
Do you think laughter is for sissies? Or do you hate Santa Claus? Do you know that somebody does? If you answer yes to either of these two questions, then see a therapist. And visit this website right now at twerksfunnyt-shirts.com. The T in t-shirt is spelled T-E-E. Warning. These funny t-shirts and posters make great gifts and may cause internal bleeding, night terrors, blurred vision, and hemorrhoids. Please visit the website right now at twerksfunnyt-shirts.com, where you'll find some of the funniest t-shirts and posters on the web.
Glastic water bottle, a shatterproof glass water bottle. It's great for any liquid because everything tastes best in glass. A leak-proof lid you can close and toss on the couch without worry. Chances are it won't ever break, but if it does, no worries. The glass is safely contained inside a protective outer shell, so you won't have a dangerous mess to clean up. You can safely remove the broken glass and get replacements. Go to GlasticWaterBottle.com to get your very own Glastic bottle today. That's GlasticWaterBottle.com. GLASSTIC waterbottle.com. What are you waiting for?
In the morning, you have bacon, you have eggs, pancakes, and that nice big tall cup of coffee. But now, every Monday morning, you can start your week out right with On the Air Monday Morning Brew, starring yours truly, Mike Allen. Hey, that's me. Wake up in the morning, get a nice cup of coffee, kick back before you start your week, and let me send you on your way. Monday's getting a bad rap. Let's turn that around. On the Air with Mike Allen, Monday Morning Brew, every Monday morning, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time, right here on Armed Radio.
So rise and shine.
Come join me, Matt Hazley, your host for Straight Talk, where we will take a journey into the deepest regions of your mind. Yeah, right. No, I'm just kidding. Join me every Monday and Friday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, where every topic is fair game. Only on ARM Radio, home of the big guns.
Welcome back. We are breaking down the 2014 NCAA tournament. With me today is the host of Straight Talk with Matt Hazley that you can hear every Monday and Friday. It's 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time right here on Armed Radio. One of the many shows that we have live here on Armed Radio. On Tuesday nights, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, we have Valenistama, Talk Time with Valenistama, the hot spot for the hot topics. And Regina, Smack Talk with Regina, comes on immediately after at 9 p.m. Eastern. And she is coming back from a medical condition. She'll talk more about that Thursday. I'm not going to talk about that because she hasn't given me permission to do so. But she'll come on probably Thursday night and tell you all what's going on with her. And, of course, on Thursday nights, Regina and Valenistama come on again. It's Talk Time with Val, same time, 7 p.m. Eastern. And they roll all the way through Regina. And then Joe Rocks, the master with the plan, comes on at 11 p.m. Central Standard, noon. It's 11 Central, right, Matt?
Yeah, he's on it.
He's on at midnight Eastern. Midnight Eastern? 11 Eastern. 11 Eastern, 10 Central. 11 Eastern, 10 Central.
Gene only does an hour on Thursdays.
Yeah, he comes on at 10 Central. Or 10 East. Shoot. 11 Eastern, 10 Central. Night Talk with Joe Rocks. And then Friday, Matt closes it out. And every Monday morning, I get things going with a big cup of coffee and a piece of toast with some eggs and bacon. On the air, Monday Morning Brew, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time. That's 7 a.m. Eastern. And way out on the West Coast, you guys got to be hardcore. You got to be a hardcore Mike Allen listener to get up at 4 o'clock in the morning to hear me. And then noontime, a brand new show that we have. They're in their third or fourth week. Is Afternoon Bites with Tattoo Rick and Joke Style. They're talking tattoos and everything else.
Tattoos and baby bottles.
Do I know?
They're both stay-at-home dads. They call it tattoos and baby bottles.
Tattoos and baby bottles. That's right. They're both stay-at-home dads. You are correct.
Yeah.
You are correct, sir. Well,
Speaking
good deal.
of kids, my son, this youngest, is sitting right next to me, trying to get on the air here.
Is he really? Have him get on there. I tell you what, have him break down the West with me. Have him break down the West with me.
I tell you, probably do better picks than I can. Here, I'll have him point to him and see what he says.
Well, have him tweet me. I'm getting no love on the tweet deck here. I got all these listeners listening. None of you have Twitter? I don't believe that one for 1 second. You guys are out there at Mike Allen Sports, hashtag Armed Radio. Tweet me your picks. We're going to the West. We're mashing them up with the President of the United States. Can't get any cooler than that.
If we got him on the station here, that'd be cooler.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
Yeah, if we have him on the radio, that'd be even better.
You know, I don't agree with the guy. I don't like his politics. I don't know him personally, though. Seems like a nice guy. I mean, I'm not.
Oh yeah,
I'm not one of these guys that are like kill the president and all this other crap. I mean, he's the president. You know what he's done? He has stepped forward and volunteered, and through the votes, the majority vote of our fellow citizens, became president of the United States. I don't agree with him. I didn't vote for him. I don't like his politics. But you know what? He's our president. And he's done more than everybody else sitting at home, too scared to go and run for anything. So you got to give him respect for that. And
I would want to run for president.
We got like three.
What they got to go through.
Yeah, we got like 3 years left, and then we're hopefully the next guy didn't come in, and hopefully it's not Hillary. All right. So now we're in the West. Number 1 ranked Arizona against Weber State. I don't even know where Weber State is.
I think that's right next to Coleman, Lanterns, and Girls, and Weber State.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and pick Arizona on that one because they're playing some good basketball. Ended the season 30-4 and took the pack. So you know they're good. Those guys out there are messing around. So I'm going to pick Arizona on that one. Now we're going to get crazy because now we have one of the underdogs, one of the famous underdogs of the tournament. They're going to be up against Oklahoma State, who did pretty well in the Big 12 this year, came in at 21-12, and we're in the mix in the Big 12 against Gonzaga. Do you think Gonzaga still got the magic?
Yeah, Gonzaga was 28-6 overall of the year. I picked them to win over Oklahoma State.
I'm going to pick OK State. I think Gonzaga's got some magic there. They got some good basketball players. Of course, that big run they had where they went to the Final Four, or went to the finals that one year, and lost to who, UNC or Duke?
Yeah, I think it was, I want to say UNC, but I'm not positive. But conference record for Gonzaga this year is 15-3.
Yeah, but what conference are they in?
Yeah, they user picks, the way it went, is 62% on the billion-dollar bracket picked Oklahoma State. 38% picked Gonzaga.
Well, I'm picking OK State. They got a good team this year. They got a real good team this year. So Oklahoma and North Dakota State is next up.
I picked Oklahoma.
Oklahoma? I think I'm going to go with you on that. San Diego State, New Mexico State.
San Diego State, I picked San Diego State.
I'm with you on that one, too. Nebraska and Baylor. I'm going Baylor.
I picked Baylor. Yep.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, I'm going Baylor deep in the West. I'm going Baylor deep. Creighton and Louisiana Lafayette. I'm going to chalk this one up to who?
I got Creighton.
You got Creighton, really? Well, I'll pick Louisiana Lafayette just because you picked Creighton. How about that?
Doug McDermott is just on fire. I mean, he's depending on how many points he scores in the tournament, he will become he'll make it all the way up to about the 4th in points scored as a college player overall.
Really?
He's knocking off some big names. Yeah, he's unreal. His average, he's 45.4% from 3-point range, and he's averaging 26.9 points a game.
Well, I'm going to pick Louisiana Lafayette just because you picked Creighton. Because that's how much I know about both those schools.
Well, that sounds like what my wife would do, too.
Yeah, that's the way it is.
She
that's how I roll.
She goes against it anyway. So
hey, that's how I roll.
Join the club. Join the club.
All right, Oregon and BYU.
I picked Oregon.
I'm going to go BYU on this one. One of the few college teams that I saw play this year, and they won the game that they were playing, and they look good. They look good, and they look solid. They ended the season 23-11. Not bad. I think they play in the Conference USA. Conference USA.
The conference record was 13-5 in their conference. It's pretty good.
It's pretty dang good. I'm going to go with the Mormons on this one.
Yeah.
So if all you missionaries for Church of the Latter-day Saints, I picked BYU to get by the first round, so please do not knock on my door. Just saying.
Yeah, that means they want come over and help you do your dishes and everything.
Yeah,
Come on over,
he's
Mike.
talk to me about about the spaceship that's going to come down from
You need
another
some
planet.
saving.
Huh?
You need some saving.
All right, next up, Wisconsin and University of the Americas.
I got Wisconsin.
Yeah, I got Wisconsin. Wisconsin's number 3 seed against number 15 seed, University of the Americas. Hey, Matt, do me a favor. Hold your phone closer to your mouth.
Oh, I'm not. I'm on my boom mic, so.
Oh, yeah. Okay, hold that closer to your mouth.
I'll just move it over to me.
There you go. There you go. Because I'm playing with levels here, and I'm trying to get your levels up, and keeps getting softer and softer. And I know you're not trying to talk me into any compromise or probation, so I don't need you to talk soft. I need you. Yeah, man. All right. So that's.
I thought we were doing a jazz show here.
Yeah, no. It's like PBS. Yeah, we're doing a PBS show. Well, we're listening to the soft sounds of the Red Criers Orchestra as they play the 15th Symphony. Do you ever listen to that? Like the UT or the University Radio or PBS Radio? Yep. They all sound like they're wearing turtlenecks and got afros and beards.
Well, Joe Meehan would like the beard part.
It's like they're smoking a pipe with their cardigan, and their
little button down.
The little button down. Got that.
Hey,
got that.
Boy, you want to say hi, James?
Huh?
Say hi. Getting tired. My boy's getting tired.
Your boy's getting tired. Your boy's got to hang, man. How old's your boy?
He's only 8.
He's 8.
He's rubbing his eyes. Yeah. You're on spring break this week, so he's.
Oh, there you go. Out playing in the snow?
The snow's all gone.
Is it really?
Say hi. Hear him?
Bye, buddy.
Here, which one do you pick, James? Here, look at it here. Left or right?
Yeah, we're going into the Sweet 16 here.
Just pick one. Left or right? Which one do you think? Oh, I picked the right. He picked Gonzaga to beat Arizona.
Really?
Yeah. Well, that might be the dark horse pick, but I picked Arizona.
Gonzaga hasn't done well. And
they both got the same conference record.
But Gonzaga just hasn't done well.
28-6 overall, but I don't know. I mean, I think if they would have had a better draw, they might have gone a little farther. But taking on Arizona right off the bat,
that's a tough one. That's a tough draw. Tough. Yep. All right. Sweet 16. I got between Arizona and Oklahoma State. I got OK State beating Arizona. That's my upset in that bracket.
16, I got Arizona, San Diego State, and Creighton in Wisconsin.
I got Oklahoma and OK State, Baylor, and Wisconsin.
And then I got going to the Elite 8, Arizona and Creighton.
I got Baylor and Oklahoma.
And I got Arizona going to the Final Four.
I got Baylor in the Final Four. I don't know. They just got some magic happening out there. Let's see what the president says, shall we? All right. President pretty much got Arizona going all the way.
Yep, that's what I got.
He's got Arizona in the, let's see. In the second round, he's got Arizona versus OK State, so him and I match up on that one. Oklahoma and San Diego State. We don't agree there. Baylor over Creighton. He picked Creighton, and you picked Creighton. Creighton. Crouton. I don't know. Throwing on a salad for all I care.
Creighton, well, I tell you what, I don't know what it is. They just recruit. They get some good players there.
Hey, that might be the one. That might be the next Gonzaga.
Yeah, they're pretty tough.
I didn't pick them. I picked
upset some people.
And again, because I don't think anybody's going to get past Baylor. Baylor's tough. They're tough, and they can't let the football team do better than them.
I just see Doug McDermott taking that team on his shoulders and just going a little running with it. But I don't think he's going to be able. They're going to be able to handle Arizona. I think Arizona's a little too tough.
All right, in the Elite Eight, I got Baylor, Oklahoma State and Oklahoma, Baylor and Wisconsin.
I got Baylor, Creighton,
Sweet 16.
Wisconsin.
That's Sweet 16.
Then I got Creighton and Wisconsin.
And Oklahoma and Baylor, and then Baylor in the Final Four.
Final Four, I got. Then I got Arizona and Creighton to the Elite Eight. The Final Four, I got Arizona. Arizona's going to play. I won't give it away yet on the Midwest. So. On the dash. Midwest, you get. Mike's got a train running through his house.
Yeah, you hear that behind me?
Oh yeah.
That's Hutto, man. I got my window open. It's a nice night tonight. It's only outside. It's 68 degrees. Got a breeze blowing. I got all my windows open. Airing my house out. Got my little aromatherapy thing going on out there. And really, since my kids have left, it's just me, really. So I shut down all the.
Right now,
I shut down all the rooms that I don't use. I use my man cave. I use the TV room, the kitchen, and my bedroom. My kids' rooms are getting remodeled and set aside for guest rooms. So when they come back and visit, they can stay in their rooms. Let's take a break, man. I tell you what, we'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll finish it out with the Midwest, and we'll talk about anything else that's going on. Maybe some upcoming shows. Matt on Straight Talk with Matt Hazley is kicking it, man. He's got some great topics coming up and some great guests, and we'll get to that a little later on in the show. Thank you for joining me, Matt. We'll be right back after these messages. I'm Mike Allen. This is On the Air, and you're listening to Armed Radio. Victims of Terrorism Foundation Incorporated in New York, New York, is working at debunking 9/11 conspiracy theories through book sales and a free channel on YouTube. It is the goal of the Victims of Terror organization to place stores at locations of terror attacks to assist in charities in raising money for their causes concerning those that were left behind. Visit www.votf.com to find out more information or to bring your charity together with others. We will never forget that day. Let us not forget those who were affected the most.
Route 106 Motors is the home of fine pre-owned vehicles. Experience a no-pressure sale with a family-friendly atmosphere. Route 106 Motors has been practicing the same simple philosophy of low prices for over a decade, and it has brought us great success. Recently, while other dealers are closing their doors, Route 106 Motors is expanding. We are a wholesale dealer, and we own the property and pay cash for all the vehicles. This allows us to sell to the consumer for a lot less than the average dealership. We are a high-volume, small-profit dealer, and we pass the savings on to you. New changes have been made at Route 106 Motors. Stop by and check out our brand new building. Route 106 Motors, located at 569 West Street. Check our website at route106motors.com and be sure to like us on Facebook to find out about all the latest deals and savings opportunities. Route106motors.com.
The attacks of 9/11 have continued to shake our nation. As more and more information becomes available on the internet, it may be difficult to decipher what is fact and what is wild speculation. Author and investigator K.T. Penn has taken on the task of confronting the conspiracies head-on. In his book, Lifting Up the Cushions, Exposing Loose Change, he step-by-step walks the reader down the conspiracy path, debunking the findings of the controversial film Loose Change. Visit his website, exposinglosechange.com, and get more information about what really happened that fateful day.
Do you think laughter is for sissies? Or do you hate Santa Claus? Do you know that somebody does? If you answer yes to either of these two questions, then see a therapist. And visit this website right now at twerksfunnyt-shirts.com. The T in t-shirt is spelled T-E-E. Warning, these funny t-shirts and posters make great gifts and may cause internal bleeding, night terrors, blurred vision, and hemorrhoids. Please visit the website right now at twerksfunnyt-shirts.com, where you'll find some of the funniest t-shirts and posters on the web.
Glastic water bottle, a shatterproof glass water bottle. It's great for any liquid because everything tastes best in glass. A leak-proof lid you can close and toss on the couch without worry. Chances are it won't ever break, but if it does, no worries. The glass is safely contained inside a protective outer shell, so you won't have a dangerous mess to clean up. You can safely remove the broken glass and get replacements. Go to GlasticWaterBottle.com to get your very own Glastic bottle today. That's GlasticWaterBottle.com. GLASSTIC waterbottle.com. What are you waiting for?
In the morning, you have bacon, you have eggs, pancakes, and that nice big tall cup of coffee. But now, every Monday morning, you can start your week out right with On the Air Monday Morning Brew, starring yours truly, Mike Allen. Hey, that's me. Wake up in the morning, get a nice cup of coffee, kick back before you start your week, and let me send you on your way. Monday's getting a bad rap. Let's turn that around. On the Air with Mike Allen, Monday Morning Brew, every Monday morning, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time, right here on Armed Radio.
So rise and shine.
Come join me, Matt Hazley, your host for Straight Talk, where we will take a journey into the deepest regions of your mind. Yeah, right. Nah, just kidding. Join me every Monday and Friday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, where every topic is fair game. Only on Arm Radio, home of the big guns.
All right, we are back. I'm Mike Allen. You're listening to On the Air. This airs every Wednesday night, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. Right here on Armed Radio, one of many talk radio shows that we have going on. We start on Monday morning, 6 a.m. On the Air, Monday Morning Brew. I come in and start things off. Then we get on down the line to noon Eastern Standard Time, Afternoon Bites with Tattoo Rick and Joke Style, talking about tattoos and other manly things. Monday night, Matt Hazley starts at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Straight Talk with Matt Hazley. Then we move on to Tuesday, and it's the ladies' turn. 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, Talk Time with Valenistama. The hot spot for the hot topics. Then Regina is talking smack after Valenistama gets done. Wednesday night, On the Air with Mike Allen, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. That's 11 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Pacific. Then we go on to Thursday, where Valenistama and Regina take over again, starting at 10 p.m. Starting at 7 p.m. Central Standard Time. They roll on through to Joe Rock's Night Talk. He takes it all the way home at 11 p.m. Eastern. It's 10 p.m. Central Standard Time. And then Matt closes it out on Friday night. But right now we're talking brackets. Matt had to go use the facilities. We're going to go and check the president Let's see what he picked for the West. Here's Matt back. The president started out with Arizona and Oklahoma State. He picked Arizona. I picked Oklahoma State. He's got Arizona going all the way to the Final Four. So the number one seed in the South and the West, per the President of the United States, will make it to the Final Four, which is probably pretty good, but I don't see it that way.
He copied off me.
Further down the bracket, let's see, the President's got Creighton and Wisconsin playing in the Elite Eight, Wisconsin making it to the Final Four and losing to Arizona. I've got Baylor. I've got Baylor making it all the way to the Final Four, my Baylor Bears. Right up the street in Waco, Texas. Okay, we only got one bracket left. That's the Midwest. And we just were listening, or Matt was on the following the game between Iowa and Tennessee. Iowa falls to Tennessee. So Tennessee will be playing UMass tomorrow night. And who do you got between Tennessee and UMass?
I got UMass.
Yeah, UMass. I'm going to go ahead and pick UMass too.
Yeah, that was pretty depressing. Iowa had about a 12 or 13 point lead at one time, and ended up the last probably 7 out of their 10 games that they lost the end of the year. They'd have a lead in the first half, and then just give it all away.
Just give it all away. Yeah. As a Detroit Lion, as a lifelong Detroit Lions,
2 different teams.
Huh?
It's like a tale of 2 different teams. It's like they play. The first half they play as one team. The second half they just, I don't know what it is. They get nervous or what. They lost to Illinois the same way. Illinois, they were winning by a bunch and then ended up getting beat.
Well, as a Michigan and Detroit Lions fan, I feel your pain.
Well, I don't mind watching Detroit Lions lose because I'm a Bears fan.
I knew there was a reason I don't like you, but all that comes back with the fact that you're a golf pro, and we're going to golf one day, you and I.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And we're going to get drunk. Well, I'm going to get drunk because I play better when I'm drunk.
I don't drink when I play golf. That's the one thing.
I have to just to ease the pain.
I don't mind people do that.
I have to ease the pain. You can drive the cart.
There we go. Hey, we had it. No lie. We had we got some hills at my course, and we had one area where it was people had a tendency to flip carts over. Well, one lady got hurt. They had to have a EMS come out and get her because she injured her back. Well, they saw the beers in the cart, and they were a couple probably in their mid to upper 40s, and they did a DWI, field sobriety on him.
Wow, really?
Oh yeah, it's a motor vehicle. You can get arrested for it.
Not in Texas. You can't. Texas, it has to be a motor vehicle that can be registered on the street and highway that has an engine of 50 horsepower or more.
Well,
it would be a PI.
Well,
it'd be a PI in Texas.
You know what? Yeah, they can always get you for public intox. That's
it'd be
the catch-all.
Yeah, exactly. The public intoxication for when I was working APD, when I worked 6th Street, public intoxication was what we charged you with when you wouldn't shut up and go to hell home the first 25,000 times we told you to.
Yeah, we arrested one lady one time. She failed the field sobriety. Take her in. She blew double out buck, and we figured out that she was just DWHUA. And you know what that means?
Yeah. Drive with your head up your ass.
That's right. And she couldn't walk a straight line. She couldn't touch her nose. She couldn't do anything. You tilt her head back. She'd ready to fall over. She looked like she was drunk. Well, she might have been on drugs or something like that. But I was just flabbergasted that she blew double out buck because she giggly everything.
She might have been on something. She might have been on something else.
Yeah. So, I don't know. They let her go. So.
All right, back to the Midwest. Wichita State is 34-0.
Ooh, I think they're going to barely eke it out over Cal Poly.
Yeah, I don't think so at all. Cal Poly is 13-19. They're not even above 500.
They must have won their.
Yeah, I don't think Wichita State's going to squeak nothing out. I think it's going to be a blowout. And then Kentucky and Kansas State's the closest match down here in the Midwest. That's a tough one. I had to flip a coin. I came out with Kansas State.
Yeah.
I flipped the coin. They're 8-9. Kentucky is 24-10. Kansas State's 20-12. I mean, it's.
A friend of mine is a K-State grad, and he'd be mad at me. I went against him, and I picked Kentucky.
Oh my goodness. Okay, well, I mean, Wichita State's going to go to the Final Four, so they're just freaking on fire. All right. St. Louis and North Carolina State, NC State.
Yeah, I got St. Louis.
Really?
Yeah, they're 13-3 conference record, and they were 26-6 overall.
Yeah, but it's NC State, dude.
State record of conference is 9-9.
I'm going to pick NC State. I mean, it's not going to matter because whoever comes out of here is going to lose to Wichita anyway. So, Louisville and Manhattan.
I picked Louisville.
Yeah, I picked Louisville too.
If you're from there, it's Louisville.
Then
you can't pronounce it.
UMass and Tennessee. I picked UMass. Duke and Mercer.
Yeah, I got UMass over. I couldn't believe 40% of the people picked. Oh, they're Iowa, Tennessee. Yeah, UMass versus Tennessee. And Duke, I got Duke over Mercer.
Yep. I got to go with hometown Texas. Texas over Arizona State. Texas is seeded 7th. Arizona State is 10th.
I lived in Texas for a lot of years, and that was my dark horse pick right there.
And the only reason why I picked Texas was because in the next round, Texas will play Michigan. And that's going to be that's a game I'm going to watch right there.
Well, I got Michigan beating Wolford.
I'm a Michigan fan. All right, so Sweet 16, Wichita State and Kansas State. I got Wichita.
I got Wichita State and Kentucky going. There's my upset.
That's your upset right there?
The first one seed's going to fall right there.
I think they're going to make it. North Carolina and Louisville, I got NC State.
I got St. Louis and Louisville going.
Okay, so we disagree there. UMass and Duke. Good Duke.
Yeah, and I got Duke going. I got Duke actually going all the way up to the Final Four.
Texas and Michigan. I got Michigan and Duke in the Elite Eight.
Yeah, I got Michigan and Duke there.
Yep.
And Duke going to the 8 and then going to the Final Four.
All right, Sweet 16, I got Wichita State against North Carolina State. I got Wichita. And Duke versus Michigan. I got Michigan because Michigan is freaking good, man. Did you see that Michigan State game?
I did not get to see it.
Holy crap, that was a great game. I got Michigan and Baylor playing in the Final Four.
Better buy it back. I have.
And Michigan State playing against, and then Kansas and Baylor playing, and Michigan State's going to beat Michigan because they already beat them once. I think they're going to beat them again. It's going to be Baylor and Michigan State in the championship, and Michigan State will come out on top.
I have my Final Four are Arizona plays Duke and Kansas plays Villanova. And the final is going to be Kansas and Duke. 82-78 is my score, the tiebreaker score.
My score against Michigan State versus Baylor. Michigan State 85, Baylor 83. There you have it.
Yeah, I got Kansas going all or winning it all.
So we'll see. There's my bracket. There's the brackets. Let's see how the president lines up with what we have here. Let's see. He's got UMass losing to Duke. Duke and Michigan, we agree there. Wichita State and North Carolina State. He picked Louisville, actually, to make it to the Sweet 16.
Yep. That's fine.
And then Wichita State and Michigan. He's got Louisville and Duke. Louisville, Michigan State, Florida, and Arizona. So he basically he was safe. Number 1 seed Florida against number 1 seed Arizona. Number 4 seed Michigan State versus number 4 seed Louisville, with Michigan State winning it all. I've got Michigan State winning it all against Baylor. My final score will be 85-83.
Yeah, it's there gonna be some really good games too.
It's gonna be some great games.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I like about it is this is the time. There's a lot of games that before this that are they kind of get there's so many games that get boring to watch, but this tournament time, I enjoy it because every game means something. That's what I like about it.
That's one and done, man. You're going home. You know what? But you know what I think they should do? They should have this in football.
The problem if they didn't have to play, the next day, which they can do in basketball, which they can't. The problem with doing that in football, the injuries and stuff like that.
Well, I'll tell you what. Let's talk about that when we get back from the break. How about that?
That sounds great.
Sounds good. I'm Mike Allen. You're listening to On the Air, and this is Armed Radio. Tweet me at Mike Allen Sports. Hashtag it Armed Radio. Tell me what you think about what we just went through. We just went through the whole bracket. We mashed it with the President of the United States. It cut off a little bit. We'll come back and we'll talk some more on the air with Mike Allen. This is Armed Radio.
Oh, this dude is out of sight. Everything he does seems to come out right. Once I went to hear them play at a club outside of town.
Victims of Terrorism Foundation Incorporated in New York, New York, is working at debunking 9/11 conspiracy theories through book sales and a free channel on YouTube. It is the goal of the Victims of Terror organization to place stores at locations of terror attacks to assist in charities in raising money for their causes concerning those that were left behind. Visit www.votf.com to find out more information or to bring your charity together with others. We will never forget that day. Let us not forget those who were affected the most.
Route 106 Motors is the home of fine pre-owned vehicles. Experience a no-pressure sale with a family-friendly atmosphere. Route 106 Motors has been practicing the same simple philosophy of low prices for over a decade, and it has brought us great success. Recently, while other dealers are closing their doors, Route 106 Motors is expanding. We are a wholesale dealer, and we own the property and pay cash for all the vehicles. This allows us to sell to the consumer for a lot less than the average dealership. We are a high-volume, small-profit dealer, and we pass the savings on to you. New changes have been made at Route 106 Motors. Stop by and check out our brand new building. Route 106 Motors, located at 569 West Street. Check our website at route106motors.com and be sure to like us on Facebook to find out about all the latest deals and savings opportunities. route106motors.com.
The attacks of 9/11 have continued to shake our nation. As more and more information becomes available on the internet, it may be difficult to decipher what is fact and what is wild speculation. Author and investigator K.T. Penn has taken on the task of confronting the conspiracies head-on. In his book, Lifting Up the Cushions, Exposing Loose Change, he step-by-step walks the reader down the conspiracy path, debunking the findings of the controversial film Loose Change. Visit his website, exposingloosechange.com, and get more information about what really happened that fateful day.
Do you think laughter is for sissies? Or do you hate Santa Claus? Do you know that somebody does? If you answer yes to either of these two questions, then see a therapist. And visit this website right now at TwarksFunnyT-shirts.com. The T in T-shirt is spelled T-E-E. Warning, these funny T-shirts and posters make great gifts and may cause internal bleeding, night terrors, blurred vision, and hemorrhoids. Please visit the website right now at TwarksFunnyT-shirts.com, where you'll find some of the funniest T-shirts and posters on the web.
Glastic water bottle, a shatterproof glass water bottle. It's great for any liquid because everything tastes best in glass. A leak-proof lid you can close and toss on the couch without worry. Chances are it won't ever break, but if it does, no worries. The glass is safely contained inside a protective outer shell, so you won't have a dangerous mess to clean up. You can safely remove the broken glass and get replacements. Go to GlasticWaterBottle.com to get your very own Glastic bottle today. That's GlasticWaterBottle.com. GLASSTIC waterbottle.com. What are you waiting for?
In the morning, you have bacon, you have eggs, pancakes, and that nice big tall cup of coffee. But now, every Monday morning, you can start your week out right with On the Air, Monday Morning Brew, starring yours truly, Mike Allen. Hey, that's me. Wake up in the morning, get a nice cup of coffee, kick back before you start your week, and let me send you on your way. Monday's getting a bad rap. Let's turn that around. On the Air with Mike Allen, Monday Morning Brew, every Monday morning, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time, right here on Armed Radio.
So rise and shine.
Come join me, Matt Hazley, your host for Straight Talk, where we will take a journey into the deepest regions of your mind. Yeah, right. Nah, just kidding. Join me every Monday and Friday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, where every topic is fair game. Only on Armed Radio, home of the big guns.
Welcome back. I'm Mike Allen. You're on the air. Joining me tonight live is the host of Straight Talk with Matt Hazley that you can hear every Monday and Friday, 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock Central Standard Time, right here on Armed Radio. We just went through the brackets, matched it up with the President of the United States. And we disagree on a few things, but there's the bracket. Now, before we went into the break, we talked about why don't we do this for football? And you were saying, Matt?
Well, I can understand it would be neat to have a breakdown. The thing I dislike about most of the college football games is the seasons end too soon. And then finally the bowl game, and we talked about that. You got so many bowl games; they're almost meaningless now. You got all these no-name bowls that people they don't watch them.
Yeah, and you got to get 500 to get into a bowl game, where the stadium's not even a quarter full.
I would love to see it go to a bracket breakdown like this. The only thing I worry about is, you just don't have as many teams go into it. No. That's all it is. You would not have 64.
Here's my idea. Here's my idea. 32 teams. 32?
And they already go 4 weeks anyway by the time they get to the bowl game.
Exactly. So 32 teams. Next weekend, 16. Next weekend, 8. Next weekend, 4. Next weekend, national championship. 4 extra games. Now,
you'd go 4-2, and then
Now, to put this into perspective, for a football team in the state of Texas in high school to make it to the state championship, they play 2 seasons. They play 18 games.
Oh yeah, I can believe it. A lot of people don't realize how big football is in Texas.
Oh, it's huge, dude.
It's unbelievable.
Just to give you kind of some sense of it. I am the voice of the Hutto Hippos football team. Have been for 11 years, going on my 12th year. Our stadium seats 5,000. When the Hippos are doing good, we'll max that thing out. 5,000. Basketball season rolls around, and I used to do play-by-play for the Hippos, for Hutto FM. Maybe 200 people. So we got a stadium out here that seats $5,000, and a gym that holds tops 800, and we have maybe 200. Watching men's varsity basketball. Now in Michigan, my high school, we used to have at least 1,000 people watching the high school basketball team.
Just for give you info, they're waiting from a live news conference from Canberra, Australia. They might have found the Malaysian flight.
Yeah, I got CNN live. I got CNN going on in the background here. So it's objects related to Flight 370 possibly found. Wow. So what do you think happened there?
I don't know. It depends on where they find it and stuff like that. I remember back. I don't know if I don't know if you remember Payne Stewart, who played on tour, when his flight they had a leak in the cabin and caused everybody to pass out because of the lack of oxygen, and they didn't even know it happened. They had it on autopilot, and they fell asleep, and the plane just flew until it crashed.
Yeah,
ran out of
fuel. I remember that. They watched it crash.
Yep. So I mean, it just.
And they said the windows, the planes that were chasing it and watching it, said all the windows in the plane were fogged over.
Yeah, and that's a good sign a sign that that has happened. I just find it so hard to believe that the guys could punch in the wrong coordinates, or the coordinates be changed like that by accident. It just doesn't happen. So, and they said that they'd actually had to punch in those coordinates, so something's going on here. I just find it hard to believe. Who knows? Maybe they found it and did what they need to do, and then ditched it in the ocean.
Do you think it was terrorists, or what? What do you think?
I don't know. I mean, that's still up in the air. I just think there's something going on. You got to do is. I don't want to get too excited and go over, and say, yeah, they, it was a conspiracy. They did this, and you want to find out what evidence takes. Where the evidence takes you. That's the biggest thing about 9/11 is the evidence. For me, the way I see it is, it's kind of like left me hanging with a lot of questions. So, I'd like to hear more evidence about this, and we will as more, it gets investigated. But I just don't understand how this plane could just, pretty much turn around the way it did and go towards Australia. Because they would almost have to make a U-turn to go backwards. So, I mean, they said it was, the objects were spotted by satellite imagery. So, it's interesting to see what's going to happen out of this.
Well, it's funny. What everybody's talking about is how, with the technology we have today, we can pinpoint anything. And we can't find this plane.
The thing that gets me is, like I said earlier, how you have the ability to turn off a transponder at all, I don't understand. Makes no sense. You should not be able to, a pilot should not be able to get access to a transponder to shut it off in flight. It should be something that would have to be, if they're going to do it, or change it or access it, it should have to be a panel that they would access by maintenance crews only.
Yeah, for the transponder, yeah, totally.
I mean, it's like you don't have access to the black boxes. Why should you ever have access? They should have a transponder that is set and nothing that they can do to change it. You should not be able to turn it off. Why would you ever need to turn it off while it's in flight? None. And they were talking about a possible fire causing what it did. But I think if it had a fire on board that would cause it, I think you would hear a mayday signal.
Or something,
as
yeah.
it was going down.
Well,
yeah, you think.
Well, I think the plane was taken over, personally. I don't know if it's landed anywhere. It might have been that they were talking about the pilot had issues. He might have committed suicide, so.
Well, they're talking right now. They're doing the news conference right now.
Yeah, you watching CNN or are you watching Fox?
I actually got Fox going right now.
I got CNN going on. Objects related to Flight 370 possibly found. Australian Prime Minister says 2 objects seen in the southern Indian Ocean by satellite.
I don't think this is going to be it. The reason why I don't think it's going to be it is because I really don't think that if they did, I think they got off the plane what they wanted to and then ditched it.
Do you think they killed each other?
The one article about the 20 people from that company.
Yeah.
I don't know if that has anything to do with it or not, but I don't think it looks good. The longer it goes without finding the plane on the ground somewhere, the worse it is for the survivors.
Oh yeah.
Either crash or I think they'll be done. I think they're gone.
Yeah.
That's the thing about they don't care. They have no respect for human life anymore. Most people.
Well, especially the jackholes that did it.
Well, but some people, their cause is more important than anybody's human life. That's what they figure. But that, the problem with, we fight for country. They fight for religion, a lot of it. A lot of the jihadists.
Yeah.
So, and people don't, yes, some people fight for religion, but I mean, most people don't think that you're going to blow up your, innocent people and, go to their version of heaven or whatever they call it and have, how many virgins waiting for you? I'm sorry, but, I just, it's, you think about it, every religion has a different opinion. You look at, we're just talking earlier, about BYU. Brigham Young. I mean, they're Mormons. I mean, they believe that the Bible was handed down, the golden book or whatever that was handed down to them and to their head guy and Catholic and Christians it's Jesus and some Asian countries it's Buddhism, and I mean it's everybody has their own opinion of what they feel religion is, or what their God is. But it's a little different when you start blowing innocent people up, with a bomb strapped to you. I just don't understand that. That's where I kind of get, I don't see their. I can understand fighting for the country, and they don't want other people on their land, and understand like that. And it's just like, you think about it. It's like a gang member. You're thinking about it. You're not going to be coming on my territory. They think they own the land. Nobody owns this land. They'll all be dust someday, and we're only renting it for a short period of time.
Yep. I agree. A lot. Every single war that's ever been fought has been fought over religious dogma.
Oh yeah, I mean, you look at every. I don't know about every war, but I don't know if Vietnam was a war over religious stuff there. But I mean, it was. I talked to a lot of people that that were in Vietnam, and a lot of them felt that they were handcuffed to what they were doing. So that's what they told. I talked to guys that were on the ground and fought there, and they just didn't feel like they were, they were ever accomplishing anything. And I hope we don't, pull out of. I didn't really want to go to Iraq. I didn't want to go to Afghanistan, but I hope we don't pull out and let it go back the way it was and have it be worse. But if they don't want us there, I don't know what we're doing there.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. Well, we didn't learn a lesson in Vietnam. We went rolling on into Afghanistan and Iraq and did the same thing we did in Vietnam. I mean, we stayed there about the same amount of time, didn't lose as many people, thank God, but, we left Iraq. It's a mess. They got insurgents all over the place. They got Al-Qaeda bases up all over the place. Their government is in a shambles. Of course, we'll never hear that on normal news, but that whole country is a mess. It's on the brink of civil war. In Afghanistan, they don't want us there. They don't want us there at all.
No, I mean you look at now how. What do you look at in World War II? You look how many people we lost on the beaches in Normandy and in France and everything. You look at and they don't want us there.
No,
France can't stand us. They don't realize we're the only reason why they're not. They're still France. I mean, you look how many Americans that died that are little crosses on their land over there. I mean, it's just it's a shame how many people gave their lives for people who don't even care. And same with Korea. When I was in Korea, they don't now. They like us in Korea now. But when I was in Korea in 84 and 85. The students protested us being there constantly. They would line up, police would line up outside the military bases because the students would riot. They'd have to tear gas them all the time. And they just did not like us. Now they love us. I mean, because you got this guy in North Korea that he wants to do something to make everybody respect him. And that's the way a lot of them are. They feel they have to do something to act to make somebody respect them or fear them. And fear is respect in a lot of their mindset.
Yeah. Well, hey, let's take the last break of the night. We are talking with Matt Hazley. We just got done with the brackets. We're going to come back for the last segment of the show right after this. I'm Mike Allen. This is On the Air, and you're listening to Armed Radio. Be right back.
Hey, listen up. Are you tired of being tired? Looking for that extra boost? Do yourself a favor and visit buylimitlessenergy.com to learn about limitless energy. That's buylimitlessenergy.com for limitless energy. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Buylimitlessenergy.com. That's buylimitlessenergy.com. So stop wasting your life. Get limitless energy now.
Victims of Terrorism Foundation Incorporated in New York, New York is working at debunking 9/11 conspiracy theories through book sales and a free channel on YouTube. It is the goal of the Victims of Terror organization to place stores at locations of terror attacks to assist in charities in raising money for their causes concerning those that were left behind. Visit www.votf.com to find out more information or to bring your charity together with others. We will never forget that day. Let us not forget those who were affected the most.
Route 106 Motors is the home of fine pre-owned vehicles. Experience a no-pressure sale with a family-friendly atmosphere. Route 106 Motors has been practicing the same simple philosophy of low prices for over a decade, and it has brought us great success. Recently, while other dealers are closing their doors, Route 106 Motors is expanding. We are a wholesale dealer and we own the property and pay cash for all the vehicles. This allows us to sell to the consumer for a lot less than the average dealership. We are a high-volume, small-profit dealer, and we pass the savings on to you. New changes have been made at Route 106 Motors. Stop by and check out our brand-new building. Route 106 Motors, located at 569 West Street. Check our website at route106motors.com and be sure to like us on Facebook to find out about all the latest deals and savings opportunities. route106motors.com.
The attacks of 9/11 have continued to shake our nation. As more and more information becomes available on the internet, it may be difficult to decipher what is fact and what is wild speculation. Author and investigator K.T. Penn has taken on the task of confronting the conspiracies head-on. In his book, Lifting Up the Cushions, Exposing Loose Change, he step-by-step walks the reader down the conspiracy path, debunking the findings of the controversial film Loose Change. Visit his website, exposingloosenchange.com, and get more information about what really happened that fateful day.
Do you think laughter is for sissies? Or do you hate Santa Claus? Do you know that somebody does? If you answer yes to either of these two questions, then see a therapist. And visit this website right now at twerksfunnyt-shirts.com. The T in t-shirt is spelled T-E-E. Warning, these funny t-shirts and posters make great gifts and may cause internal bleeding, night terrors, blurred vision, and hemorrhoids. Please visit the website right now at twerksfunnyt-shirts.com, where you'll find some of the funniest t-shirts and posters on the web.
Glastic water bottle, a shatterproof glass water bottle. It's great for any liquid because everything tastes best in glass. A leak-proof lid you can close and toss on the couch without worry. Chances are it won't ever break, but if it does, no worries. The glass is safely contained inside a protective outer shell, so you won't have a dangerous mess to clean up. You can safely remove the broken glass and get replacements. Go to GlasticWaterBottle.com to get your very own Glastic bottle today. That's GlasticWaterBottle.com. GLASSTIC waterbottle.com. What are you waiting for?
In the morning, you have bacon, you have eggs, pancakes, and that nice big tall cup of coffee. But now, every Monday morning, you can start your week out right with On the Air, Monday Morning Brew, starring yours truly, Mike Allen. Hey, that's me. Wake up in the morning, get a nice cup of coffee, kick back before you start your week, and let me send you on your way. Monday's getting a bad rap. Let's turn that around. On the Air with Mike Allen, Monday Morning Brew, every Monday morning, 6 a.m. Central Standard Time, right here on Armed Radio.
So rise and shine.
Come join me, Matt Hazley, your host for Straight Talk, where we will take a journey into the deepest regions of their mind. Yeah, right. No, just kidding. Join me every Monday and Friday night, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, where every topic is fair game. Only on Arm Radio, home of the big guns.
All right, welcome back. I'm Mike Allen. You're listening to On the Air with Mike Allen. Joining me tonight is the host of Straight Talk with Matt Hazley. That can be heard every Monday and Friday right here on Armed Radio at 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. What do you got coming up, Matt, on your shows here?
This Friday we're going to talk a little bit about the Malaysian flight and give updates on that and some of the stuff that has been going on where possible motives and reasons for why it might have been missing. But right now they're coming across that they might be an update where they found it. But we'll find out more tomorrow.
So you've been watching Fox News. You've been watching Fox News. I was watching CNN. This is objects related to Flight 370 possibly found, and they're deploying. They're deploying assets to the area. So I think they said they found it by satellite. Is that what Fox News is saying too?
Yep. It says object possibly spotted by satellite.
It could be anything.
Says search planes now en route to area where objects spotted. And I mean that's daytime actually right now over there. So
yeah.
But what amazes me about is where it's found. That's straight out into the Indian Ocean, right straight across from Port Hedland, they call it, and it's that plane would have had to make almost a straight U-turn to get back there, and then fly straight for that distance there.
Wow.
I might for that pilot to make that. I mean, it was not it was a programmed flight change that they said the original one. So I don't know. I'm wondering if this is going to be the plane or not.
Well, that would have meant that it flew till it ran out of fuel, basically, right?
That would be on the edge of what they originally said the flight would make. I mean, they're talking about it right now. I don't have the sound up, of course, but it says I don't know how far that flight would. I mean, a 777 like that, fully fueled, is going to be able to fly for. I mean, we flew straight through from when I came back from Korea. On the way over, we left Oakland, California. We stopped in Yokota, Japan, refueled, and then flew on to Osan, Korea. But when we came back, we flew straight from Osan right straight to Oakland. And, I mean, that's a long flight. So, I mean, I think this flight could fly a lot farther. It says 31,000 gallons of fuel on it. That's what it carries. It's got a top speed of 639 miles an hour at 35,000 feet.
Well, when I came back from Germany, I flew from Frankfurt, Germany to Los Angeles. It's 32 hours. 32-hour flight.
It's when you fly for an extended period of time, I never realized what jet lag was until when I came back from Korea. I had jet lag.
Oh, well, yeah. You lose a day, don't you? I remember when I came back from Korea, you lose a day.
I think you're actually...
Because you fly over the international date line.
I think you're going forward and then you come back.
Yeah.
But what actually you end up getting more time. But when I came back, I went out to go golfing with one of the other guys I knew, and I couldn't hit the ball over 200 yards. I was so tired. I had no energy. I had no strength to hit the ball, and I didn't. It didn't feel like anything was wrong. It just wouldn't go anywhere. I had no energy, and it was just because I was just wiped. And it took me about 4 or 5 days to finally, get it to where I could, get my energy back. And heck, I was only 21 at the time, so you think about it. But, I wish for some closure for these people. I mean, it's got to be just heart-wrenching to know where your people are at, your family. I know that they showed the one lady where she got taken out of the one news conference. They drug her out because she was, protesting that they haven't done enough to try to find their family members.
Yeah, they're showing the family members now, all crying, and it's got to be tough. That's got to be tough.
An object spotted by satellite, but locating them could be extremely difficult
because of the tides and everything. Yeah.
Well, that and how deep the ocean is there and everything. I mean, I don't know. It's just no. I just get back to that part like we talk about is why does it have a transponder that can even be shut off? It doesn't make any sense to me at all.
No,
but we talked.
Well, even with it, but see, even with the transponder shut off, radar doesn't work on it works on transponders. There's a certain radar that works on transponders, but there's radar that actually finds the object based on...
Yeah, but the problem is the radar that they have does not extend far enough for it to get into the... if you get closer to land, the land-based radars would pick it up. But
see, that's the argument we had with KT with the Pentagon. KT's like, well, they turned the transponder off. Well, it doesn't make anything... That doesn't make the planes invisible. They can still be picked up by radar that can see as far as the curvature of the Earth. So, line of sight radar. I mean, you got ships. Hold on. You got ships. You got ships on the ocean with ocean radar that can find ships beyond the horizon with their radar.
I would think that they know. I would bet with all the technology we have nowadays, with these satellites and everything, I would bet they have a good idea where it is. They just don't want to tip their hand and say where it is. I mean, you mean to tell me that every metadata thing that you do and you do on the internet is stored out in a facility, and they can't find a plane?
Well, see, that's the thing. That's what I'm saying. You can't find a plane? Really?
I don't know. I just don't think they want to. I think they know, and they're waiting for the people to make them, I think they know where it's at. I think they got an idea.
I think they have an idea, too. I think this is all BS, really, to tell you the truth. I think, God, if we could just get a news source to tell us the truth. You know what I mean?
Well, these news sources, I don't think they know. But I tell you what, I think there's somebody in the government that knows, because I just think that they're waiting for, and it's not going to be the, like the White House and stuff like that. It's going to be Central Intelligence Agency. The people like that, they know. I mean, they're tuned into more stuff that's going on, and I mean, it's for them not to know, I would find it hard to believe. But one thing that really kind of flabbergasted me, I couldn't believe how a Russian ship pulls up to, the port in Cuba, and they didn't know about it. It just docks in port. That's kind of a weird...
Yeah, it just slides on in,
Yeah. And I guarantee they knew about it. But they were reporting on their TV like, ooh, how it all of a sudden zipped in. Well, I mean, ships and stuff like that, they're tracking them all over the place. I mean, I would bet that they're, not necessarily AWACS, because AWACS wouldn't be flying at that time, but, I would bet they have, ships and stuff that something's going to pick it up on radar. I can't believe they can't get it by satellite. They can track everything else.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, they've got listening stations in, our Navy has listening stations that can track whales halfway around the globe. You can't find a jet, a passenger airliner. You can't find it. I don't get it. I just don't get it.
Yeah,
I mean, somebody's radar, because from what they're showing, it would have had to fly over Australia or near Australia. They don't have radars that can pick that up?
Oh, I think they do.
Well, this would just be another thing that leads all the conspiracy theorists and all that stuff that you've been that you've been investigating, that you've been getting on your shows, which have been great shows, by the way. I mean, the whole 9/11 thing was a gold mine. I mean, that thing was awesome. I mean, it's got me thinking.
The problem is, and I was talking to a guy today. The guy didn't believe me, and then I got done talking with him, and he kind of looked at me and he goes, "Yeah, that doesn't make any sense." and we were talking, and I was just telling him what I found out through what I've researched. But what gets me is you talk about 9/11 and everything like that, and all these. Is the problem is is when they do come out with, let's say, down the road, maybe 2 weeks from now, they find the wreckage. Well, a lot of people, because it took so long for them to do this, they're not going to believe the story that it came out.
No.
They're going to say, no, they had something to do with it.
Yeah.
I mean, so that's the problem you get with some of the conspiracy theories. It doesn't matter what comes out, they don't believe it. They believe that something else was involved.
Yeah, and then they go off on these wild tangents, which is hilarious. But
although 9/11, there are some major questions that are unanswered, and I sit there and I can, from the evidence that I've seen, doesn't make sense. I mean, like we talked about the Pentagon. It's like saying the Pentagon only had, 2 cameras or whatever and 5 frames of video that they release. Well, for a fact that they would have probably, I bet you there's 20 cameras just pointing at that parking lot.
Yeah.
They got every inch of that parking lot. Joe has told me he rides up there every year on a motorcycle ride.
Yeah, there's no way you don't have pictures of that plane hitting the building. They could release it if they wanted to. I mean, there's not any part of the Pentagon that is not covered by a camera, and not this 1 frame per second like the 1990s technology. I'm talking about real time and high def.
This is my opinion, and not anybody else's. Not Studio 6 or ARM Radio's opinion or anything, but my opinion is that a plane did not hit the Pentagon. The way I feel, from the evidence that I've seen.
I don't think so either.
Evidence to support it, I'll change my opinion. If I see more evidence. I've read Katie's book. I can understand about the towers, how they fell. I saw 2 planes hit those, it's not like those were, why would they go around and confiscate all the video?
Exactly.
They didn't do that with the planes hitting the towers.
So what do you have coming up Friday night? Who do you got coming on Friday?
I don't have anybody coming on this Friday because I'm waiting to hear back from some other guests. I got some other things, but this Friday I'm going to be recapping the Malaysian airline, and that's what I talk about. I have some new info about some other stuff that I'm going to talk about, and we'll talk a little bit about what we're finding now. But right now, I'm just waiting for people to give word back to me. Who knows? If I hear them tomorrow, back tomorrow, I'll let you know who's
You'll get the word out. Well, that's Matt Hazley. Right. That's Matt Hazley. Straight Talk with Matt Hazley every Monday and Friday, and that's 10 p.m. Eastern, right?
Correct. 10 p.m. Eastern.
10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Armed Radio. We're going to close it out tonight. Thank you for joining us. Hope you got your brackets filled out. Thank you, Matt, for joining me tonight and hanging out. We're going to be back Monday morning for On the Air Monday Morning Brew. I'm Mike Allen, and this has been a presentation of Armed Radio, Armed Media, Studio 6 Entertainment, and Mike Allen Sports. We'll see you next Wednesday night, 10 p.m. Central Standard Time, right here on Armed Radio. See you then.